Dude, I'm so excited to make this video because not only I'm gonna save you years of pain, right? Because I started addressing social anxiety since I was 16. The things that I was doing back then were not really effective. So that's why I didn't conquer or I didn't get rid of social anxiety until now. So I am 21 years old and I finally found a solution. I'm able to enjoy social life. So whenever I'm go outside, whenever I go to a club, whenever I go to a party, I'm able to have beautiful moments with people. Now I don't want to waste your time. So the first thing that you should stop fucking doing that doesn't work and didn't work for me, it's affirmations. It's fucking bullshit. I remember a while back when I was 16. Every time that I had to go through the crowded hallways, I would always freak out. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna walk there, and I thought that everyone was looking at me and judging me, right? I started doing affirmations and I was like, I don't have social anxiety anymore. I don't care what people say about me, right? All of that is bullshit. There are a lot of neuroscience and all of that shit. I don't want to sound like a fucking nerd, but realistically speaking, affirmations don't work. It doesn't work for social anxiety, and it doesn't work for money or manifesting anything, right? So that's the first thing that I would put in the category. The second thing that I would put in the category is, I heard that if you do crazy social anxiety challenges, you're gonna be able to not care what people say, and you will no longer care what they think about you because you survived the worst case scenario, right? So same thing, when I was 16, 17, I would literally scream in the middle of the street. I remember that I would wake up at 5 a.m. because I had a school at 7 a.m. I would literally be running towards the corner of where I would live. When the traffic light was on red, I would go in the middle of the street and I would do push-ups just to embarrass myself and be like, oh, I don't care what people say about me, right? I would pretend and I would trip literally on the floor in the crowded hallways of school, right? And a lot of more crazy things, right? And they didn't work. And by the way, at the end, I'm gonna explain to you why they didn't work. Yes, you don't have to go crazy. We got visualizations now. Now, this is the section where I can be like, okay, this could work, right? It depends. It could work if, right? It's a maybe. Till this day, I use them. I would visualize myself. Back in 2023, I was really into visualizations, manifestation, and all of that. I was running a marketing agency too. But I noticed that the huge problem that I had, it was that I sensed a low self-esteem. For some reason, well, I know why, but I would always believe that people are better than me. I would always feel inferior, right? So every time that I had to go to work, I would feel inferior. I would feel like everyone is better than me. So I started doing visualizations. I would see myself, people treating me different, people talking to me in a different way, right? I would see myself talking to pretty girls. Oh my God, all of that, right? I would visualize myself acting in the way that I wanted to act. Like I said, it could work because visualizations are super powerful, right? Because your mind doesn't know what is true and what is not true, right? So if I close my eyes, and you can close them too, and I visualize that I see a snake in front of me, or a tiger in front of me, or if I see myself in a car, or if I see myself just sitting here, and there's a car coming towards me, and I vividly, I really visualize it, I'm gonna feel scared. I'm gonna be like, shit, I'm gonna die, right? Because once again, your mind doesn't know what's true and what it is not true. So you can manipulate your mind. Yeah, these are maybe, and it depends on how you use them. Another thing that I tried is fucking BetterHelp, fucking therapist, right? I tried it for maybe 6 weeks. It didn't work, right? It could work for you, once again, if maybe, and it depends how you use it, right? So if the doctor doesn't cover anything of these two things, then it's not gonna work, right? I remember I had my therapist, Carlos. I will not mention his last name, but his name was Carlos, right? Every time that we had a session, I would always try to bring my past and bring my trauma. Yeah, I experienced this as a kid, or I'm experiencing this, or yes, last night, I was really anxious and I ran out of things to say when I was talking to the girl that I liked from my job. He would only listen to me. He would only listen to me, and he would not give me any type of treatment, any type of like, oh, I hear your problem, here's the solution, or here's why, right? He labeled me with a bunch of disorders, and you have this personality disorder, you have this thing, you have that thing, right? And it was just like, oh, and whenever you are like stressed, just take deep breath. Like, it doesn't fix anything. So that's why I quit. And it could be a maybe if they do one of those two things, right? This one, as you can see, I had it here, right? But I think that I'm gonna put it here because it is really important. Once again, it depends on how you use them. Talking to people, talking to strangers, talking to people that you don't know, talking to anyone that you see, right? So I started doing this challenge, right? So every Monday I would go to the city and I would talk to as many girls that I could and as many people as I could. And I have everything, like we can say, documented, right? Like you can literally go here to my shorts. I got hundreds of videos, hundreds of people that I talk to, right? It's not, let me see, right? Like you can see. And the beautiful part, not only can you see the commitment and how beautiful people are, but you can also see the transformation. So if you go to here, if you play this video and you compare it to this one, you can see a huge transformation, right? Again, my tone and all of that is just different. That's what I did, and this is why they call exposure therapy. Now, will this help me to be 100% confident and all of that? Not necessarily, right? And it helped me to open my eyes to see people in a different way. It helped me to be like, oh my God, pretty girls are not this threat and I should be afraid of them. No, they're actually just social creatures. They are just human beings. People are good. People are nice. People are lovely. I want to talk to them. They get me excited, right? So on that perspective, I changed my mind, and it helped me to change and kind of like heal from all of the hurt I experienced as a kid, right? I went through a lot of bullying, my teachers, right? Humanity hurt me. So this was like a way for me to be like, oh wow, I can finally open myself up to people because I had the wrong perception about people, right? My mom would tell me, oh, they are judging you, they're thinking about you, this about you. The reality was that they were thinking something completely different about me. That's why it was beautiful. Once again, it did not help me to solve all of my social anxiety problems, because I'm about to go to that point. This one is the king one. Now, this is gonna sound crazy as fuck. You might think that I'm a fucking drug addict or a hippie, but psychedelics, fucking mushrooms. So I took mushrooms like a month ago, and it has been one of the best and one of the most powerful experiences that I had when it came to me, when it came to people, right? So literally, after I took mushrooms, the next day I showed up to work, and I remember that this anxiety that I would feel whenever I would see my manager freaking out, whenever I would hear someone making a mistake, I thought they were gonna attack me or something. I didn't feel it. I saw the kind of like the anxiety, but like really far away. Before I would freak out, right? Because I was really traumatized. So psychedelics can help you when it comes to social anxiety, when it comes to low self-esteem, when it comes to depression, right? So I took them. Not only I had beautiful experiences. I remember that when I was on the trip, I was talking to a friend of mine. We both did psychedelic, and it kind of like hit for me, and I was like, wow, like I finally know who I am. Like I finally know who Jose is, and I'm not afraid of showing that to the world, right? So psychedelics are like really powerful. Not only the experience itself, the trip itself, but also after that, it's super easy for you to change certain beliefs. So that's what I did. I removed beliefs. I added new beliefs that I wanted to have. So yeah, it's been a month, and they have had a huge transformation in my life. Now the king one. It's called CBT. I experienced bullying. My dad treated me like shit. He abandoned me, right? A lot of cases where people rejected me. The conclusion that I had as a kid, right, as this little kid, you can see how depressed I am right here, right? You can see it in my fucking eye. The perception that I had was there's something wrong with me. I'm not dateable. I'm not lovable. People don't want to be my friends. I am not interesting as a person, right? it comes from me. That's where social anxiety gets created. It comes from I am the problem, and when I go outside, people will see that, and therefore people will reject me. People will see that there's something wrong with me. If I am talking to, let's say, right now, a pretty girl comes over, I'm not gonna be happy like, oh my god, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, right? I'm gonna freak out. Or at least I would freak out. The people that have social anxiety freak out because they have low self-esteem, right? I want you to picture right now, if there's a 10 out of 10, a pretty girl that comes into your room, you're not gonna get horny. You're gonna be like, why is she here? Like, well, of course, like, let's say, of course, like, you're gonna be like, oh my god, there's something wrong. But my point is, you're not gonna be like, oh my god, yeah, come here, I'm gonna fuck you. No, your point is gonna be like, oh shit, like, I don't want her to see me because you're afraid that she will see something, that there's something wrong with you. Does that make sense? Like, this is like really fucked up, right? So the problem is my personality, my persona. Jose is the problem. So CBT helped me to change and brainwash myself, and to see that the person that I thought I was an illusion, right? So if before you ask me, hey, what's the perception of Jose? Who Jose is? He's a loser. He doesn't do anything right. He sucks at talking to girls. He's boring. He has nothing interesting to say, right? And those were wrong perceptions that I had about myself, because if you ask my friends, who is Jose? Well, he's funny. He's this. He's that. The opposite, right? So the thing is, with CBT, it helped me to they hypnotize myself and kind of like see myself for who I am, not for the person that I thought that I am, because I would see myself based on the rejections and how people treated me. The way that people treated me, they treated me that way, not because of me, but maybe because there was other things going on, right? So CBT helps you to help me to change those beliefs, those negative beliefs about me and about my personality. And from all of the books that I read, I was gonna put books here, but this is like a summary of all of the books that I read. So, literally, even psychedelics, right? This is crazy. But even from all of the books that I read, CBT is like the number one, like the king, right? And if you want me to personally help you to do this CBT, so you can stop believing that you're inferior from other people, you can stop to be yourself, and you can change your personality, because that's what CBT can do for you. I can totally help you with that. Don't be shy, send me a DM and I can totally help you with that. But that was the least, right? If it's not me, you can find a therapist that can help you to do CBT. You can do visualizations that can help you to change those beliefs. You can do affirmations that can help you to change those beliefs. So the problem is that I would visualize myself doing those actions, but now I visualize myself breaking those negative beliefs about myself. For example, I have nothing interesting to say. Well, then I will remember the times when I made someone laugh, or I had a really good, important, like a great conversation with a girl or someone, right? So then all of a sudden, oh shit, I actually have something interesting to say. Oh shit, I am not a boring person because I have some evidence. That's what CBT can do for you, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, just ignore this fucking bullshit, for the love of God. This is a maybe, and it depends on how you do it. And these are the most perfect things that you can do, is combine. That's what I'm doing now. I'm sticking to these 3 things. That's it, right? So I'm going outside, I'm talking to people at the gym, you name it. And if you want to see, I'm not fucking lying, you can see the fucking transformation right here, right? I'm not fucking copying. I'm going to gym, boom, 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 boom. I'm going to the gym, I'm doing CBT, and I'm also taking mushrooms, right? That sounds crazy. And I'm not saying, oh, you should take mushrooms. I think that you should, and if you take them, hey, let me know so that I can help you, so I can be on the call and help you, because apparently you can do them by yourself. So yeah, this was the fucking list, man. Don't be shy, send me a DM on my Instagram. Thank you for watching.